YouTube. What's going on? Usually I'm in my car, but today I just went for a run. And whenever I run, let me sit down. Whenever I run, it's a great time to meditate and visualize. And I think that's really important as a person, as a young man, and especially as a fighter or as just somebody with goals. I went for a run for the first time in a while. I only ran 2 miles, and I'm a little disappointed with how winded I am. But you know, it's day one. It's supposed to be hard. You know what I'm saying? The message that I wanted to come to you with, this is probably gonna be like a shorter video. The message that I wanted to come to you with is whenever people talk about running, I always say it's spiritual. It's a spiritual experience because you are literally going against your body, and you have to tap in to your mind, to your heart, to your soul, to the person that's inside of you that's saying, I'm not gonna quit. I'm going to achieve this goal. If I said I'm gonna run 2 miles, I'm gonna run 2 miles. If I said 10 miles, I'm gonna run 10 miles, you know? And it's also a thing where it's like, nobody is there on your back. It's 12 a.m. right now, almost 1. My coach isn't here, my friends aren't here. It was just me out there. And if I wanted to take a break, I could have. If I wanted to stop and turn around, I could have. But I really embraced the pain. And I had in my mind what my goals were. I'm not gonna speak on them at the moment. But I had in my mind what my goals were. And I had my motivation in my mind. I had me winning a fight in my mind. I visualized my fights. I visualized pushing through. And I would visualize also getting knocked down, because that's important. I feel like that's the thing about running, is that you are literally battling yourself. There is no amount of running that you can do that is going to make the earth tap out. It's literally you. If you run too far, then you fall out. You know what I'm saying? But in the visualizations that I was having while I was running, I would imagine getting knocked down. And while I was running, I would repeat a mantra to myself. I would repeat it saying, these niggas gonna feel me. These niggas gonna feel me. These niggas gonna feel me. We could get into that. It's probably some deep-rooted trauma, some deep-rooted insecurities. But, you know, I always feel like I got something to prove. I always feel like I'm not going hard enough. I always feel like people are just doubting me, you know? So while I'm running, these niggas gonna feel me. These niggas gonna feel me. In the beginning of the run, I'm feeling real good. I'm feeling great. But towards the end of the run, or the middle of the run, really, towards the middle of the run, I'm feeling like, man, my body is starting to hurt. But I just keep repeating to myself, these niggas gonna feel me. These niggas gonna feel me. These niggas gotta feel me. You know what I'm saying? And in my visualization, when I got knocked down, I got back up. I said, these niggas gonna feel me. These niggas gonna feel me. You know, it might seem weird that I'm visualizing me getting punched or me getting knocked down, but that is where the warrior comes out. You know what I'm saying? The warrior comes out in times like these. You know what I'm saying? Where you're tired. You know how when it's cold and you run and your ears start hurting? That's what I'm feeling right now. My legs, my back, my lungs, my ears, everything hurt, you know? But I just kept repeating, like, these niggas gonna feel me. Like, I felt like I had something to prove to people. I feel like I have something to prove to myself. So I just tapped in, like, I would not let myself quit. And even though it was only 2 miles, towards the end of every run that I have, when I'm closing in on my route, I usually hit it with a hard sprint to just like give it a good, like just empty the tank, you know, and just give it a good go as you round up. And as I hit that sprint, I felt that I could sprint harder, so I sprinted harder. You know what I'm saying? I didn't sprint as hard. I still feel like I could have gone like more, but it wasn't bad. You know, I was tired. It's my first day back, but I just sprinted harder. As I came into my garage, there's usually like a chair right here. That's where I end all my runs. But I was like, bruh, I gotta stand up, bro. Like all this boxing shit, this life shit, everything is about like, how much can you give when you have no more to give? Like how much can you give when you're tired? How much can you give when your whole body hurts and when everything is telling you to stop? How much longer can you keep going, you know? So even though my run was finished, I just wanted to practice that discipline of like staying in the fire, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew within myself, like eventually this pain will subside. I'm not dying, I'm not dead. I feel much better than I do now. I mean, I feel much better now than I did at the beginning of the video. But I came in, I said, yo, I really want to sit. And I literally walked towards the chair. Your biggest enemy is you. That's the thing, bro. That's the thing that you got to understand. The biggest enemy that you have is yourself. At the end of the day, it's the person telling you, like, it's okay to sit down. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to stop. It's okay to quit. You know what I'm saying? Again, nobody was here with me. Nobody was telling me stand up. Nobody was telling me don't take a seat. But I knew if my coach was here, I knew he would say, stand up, Tochi. You know what I'm saying? Walk around, walk it off. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit down. So I walked towards the chair. I was like, man, no, I can't sit down. And it wasn't as dramatic as the movies, you know, where you hear the Rocky theme and, you know, all of a sudden, you know, something is like, oh no, I can't sit down. I gotta fight through it. No, it was much less glamorous than that, much less inspirational and much more painful. You know, I was walking towards the chair, but I just shook my head and I just like kind of just stumbled off and just caught my breath. And then I decided to film this video while I was in this state because I felt like the message was so powerful, you know? It's really important. What I learned from this run, I always learn something on all my runs. This is why I feel like all young men should run. All young men should take part in some kind of physical activity that pushes you to the limit so that you could really discover who you are and develop yourself in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because other people, women, children, older men, whatever, other people, they develop themselves in different environments and scenarios. I believe young men get their development from pain. You know what I'm saying? That's where, because you got so much energy and so much passion. You know, I don't want to say ferocity, but passion. You got so much energy in you. You know what I'm saying? It's just that warrior that's embedded inside of you. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to meet that warrior if you have it. A lot of y'all probably think that y'all don't have it, but if you do have it, or if you don't have it, whatever, you're not going to meet them unless you're in that state. You know what I'm saying? So this is why I think all young men should run. On this run, I learned, man, you have to, at the forefront of your mind, you have to have your goals and what you want. My arm is getting tired. That's why I keep switching arms. But at the forefront of your mind, you have to have your goals and what you want in mind. And you cannot quit. And it has to be personal to you. Nobody's going to push you. Nobody's going to encourage you sometimes. Sometimes you're going to be the only one that you have in the dead of the night. And you gotta just make that decision, like before you even get on that run, or before you even embark on what you're doing. You have to make that decision. No matter how much pain I go through, I'm going to keep going. And when my time is running out, I'm gonna give it my all. And you know, I'm just gonna adopt the spirit of fighting, and I'm not gonna give up no matter what until I get finished my route. That's it. I didn't want this video to be too long, but I don't think this is too long. I love you guys. All right, bye.